Well, obviously you guys know how tough these games are, but tonight's game, RJ, Julius had it going pretty good for you guys. What was different for you guys tonight versus the last couple things you guys done?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we did make our shots like we did, the last couple of games. I mean, D'Lo got hot, and I think offensive rebounds killed us. And we're gonna look at film tomorrow, try to get better. But I mean, we gotta give them credit too. They played really, really tough, and we gotta get the next one.
AD mentioned something that I found interesting. Whenever he does that, put the blame on himself. What does that tell you about him as a teammate? How much this means to him?
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody. It's everybody in this locker room. I mean, I can't say the same thing. When I came in, I had 2 quick turnovers. It's on everybody, and when we lose as a team. If we win as a team. So, but AD, he tried to be great at all times, and he's been, 90% of the time great for us. And that he missed free throws there. That happens. We all humans, and we can't control if a shot goes in. But everything else, defensively, he did a great job still, even in the second half on Julius Randle, so he can't put it on himself.
You made that layup, and then it took a while to get that foul. What was that sequence like for you guys?
They passed it ahead. We, tried to get a quick trap and then a foul. But, they skipped it over us, and they took time off the clock. So that's the reason why I said we got to give them credit. They played it smart, and they played well.
You guys had that a lot of success right out of the All-Star break against Western Conference opponents that you guys are chasing in the standings. You got another one in New Orleans on Tuesday. Does that add some extra juice? I know all these games matter, but just the fact that it's one of the teams you're vying with in the standings.
Yeah, I think they're right in front of us or behind us. Every game shouldn't, take a Western Conference team to be motivated. I think every game we got to be motivated and be ready. But that one, them next 2, we gotta get those.
AD, you guys have been on a pretty good roll. What changed out there tonight?
My play. I played terrible. Couldn't find the shot, free throws, layups, everything. The guys did their job. I didn't do my job tonight.
Does this game change anything or change the way you feel about all the feelings that you guys have and the momentum you guys have been able to build this past week?
No, it's one game. We've been playing great basketball. Get to go on the road and get back at it. But no, this doesn't change anything for me.
We've heard you in the past take the onus on games. Why this one? Where did you see that you thought you could have done better to help the team?
Everything. I think I had a good presence defensively. Offensively, I wasn't there. Like I say, free throws, layups, the handle, shots, so everything offensively. I say guys played well tonight, did their job. Dennis, D'Lo, Austin, William, really all these guys did more than enough to help win the game. I didn't do my part.
You were on a tear coming out of the break. Did you think that anything Memphis did, the Knicks tried to replicate defensively against you?
Memphis?
Toronto.
Oh, excuse me, Toronto. Thank you. Toronto.
No.
Yeah, thank you.
No. I just missed a lot of shots. I don't think they did anything special. A lot of times one-on-one. They doubled a couple times, but I don't think it was anything that carried over from Toronto game.
What do you think it'll take to bounce back? What do you think it'll take to bounce back?
That's for me.
Oh, for you.
Next game. Worry about it tonight, tomorrow, and then get ready to suit up Tuesday.
How critical are these games? Are these losses? We're winding down to a few games remaining.
What? You already know every game is critical. Every game we play is critical.
AD.
Last question.
With Julius and RJ
I think Austin and Rui was saying maybe attention to detail as a team could have been better. Is that something you saw? They combined for 63 tonight.
They got hot early on. Julius did. RJ at the end. I want to say it was the offensive rebound leading to threes or extra possessions for them. But we kind of, calmed Julius down a little bit after he got hot in that first half, really. And RJ came and made shots and made plays for him.
Darvin, what did you think of the Knicks' physicality in that game? And how did you guys felt like you met that consistently enough for you, or were there kind of maybe some common threads with the loss to Minnesota in that way?
Yeah, I thought they were extremely physical, but that's how teams are going to play us. That team is built that way. As a hard-nosed, tough, outstanding coach, and their representation of the way Tibbs is. I mean, we had some unfortunate plays, gave up some untimely offensive rebounds to them, didn't get back in transition. Just, we had our moments in the game as well, where we did things well, but for the most part, a lot of what they did, came, unfortunately, at the expense of us trying to get a stop or trying to keep them off the glass or fouling them. They had some guys step up and make some shots as well. So, it's unfortunate, but again, we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We got to go back and fill our cups up and get ready for this 2-game road trip. Again, being 2 games under 500, 14 left to play, we have time, but we can't waste any more time. We can't waste any more games. And we got to come out with a focus for as much of a 48-minute or however long the game takes to be over. We got to have that focus consistently and throughout.
Darvin, you mentioned that energy and focus and consistency, and it seems like it's mostly been there since the trade deadline, 8-3 before tonight. How is it difficult to sustain and expect to have that every night against teams that are coming to play like that as well? And how do you sustain it? How much do you think that was a factor tonight?
I mean, we're saying we're a playoff team, which we all believe we are. Everyone in the organization, top to bottom, believe this newly assembled group that we have can do big things in the postseason, but we got to get there. We got to do our work, and it's a part of the learning and growing processes. We got to compartmentalize possessions and go possession by possession by possession, and regardless of what happens on any one particular possession, we got to learn how to have a short memory in terms of moving on to the next play, because again, you get disappointed that something didn't go your way, and it continues to spill over into 2 or 3 or 4 more plays. So we'll get better from this. We'll watch what we need to watch on film, talk about the physicality. I mean, we have an ability to play physical as well, and I've seen it firsthand. But we had some guys who normally make shots, didn't make shots tonight. We missed free throws, turned the ball over at some untimely moments. So, again, we'll go back and look at both sides of the ball and look at some of the intangibles and look at the film and try to get better from it.
Darvin, you mentioned the Minnesota game a couple times. You guys reeled off a 3-game winning streak after that and responded really well. How do you kind of ensure that that's the response versus, kind of sitting and dwelling on this or just kind of flipping the page as you were kind of talking about?
I mean, you show it and then you flush it. I mean, you show it to everyone, myself included, the staff, the players. We all watch it. Again, pluck what we need to do better and try to sustain the things that we did well. We can't hang our heads. It's not. I'm not about that. Just feeling sorry for yourself. You know what I mean? It's you watch the film. You critique yourself. Again, the 3 words: competitiveness, togetherness, and accountability. And that group in the locker room is together. They are competitive, and it's time to have a little bit of accountability on missed blockouts or mishandling the ball, or trying to make the right decision in terms of not holding the ball or over dribbling for several extra seconds. Just trying to be as efficient as possible offensively and be tougher defensively and close, shut down teams to where they can only have one possession, not give them 2 and 3 and 4 tries, after one possession because you're loose on your defensive rebounding. So again, we're going to look at all of it and come out the next time around and put our best foot forward.
Darvin Schroeder had a layup to cut it to 2, and then you guys trapped in the backcourt and ends up getting all the way down to 5 seconds before you can get the foul. Is that just a product of like trying to go for the steal and then maybe going for it too much before you can save more clock?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the other Memphis game where Dennis got the steal against Desmond Bain. So we get guys, they were in their backcourt. We had guys scrambling, trapping, doing all of that. We wanted to try to get one good trap, in a sensitive area for them on the court, and they were back deep in the back corner. So you try to force a turnover if you can, and then foul. And it just so happens they spreaded us out. They did a great job of getting off the ball quickly and allowing the time to dwindle. But, do it over again, I would do it the same. I would definitely do it the same. It's not it's just unfortunate we weren't able to get a foul, in a timely fashion.
And you guys had a certain level of momentum building since the deadline. What were the things that you saw tonight that either didn't happen or reasons that came up short in this one?
It's honestly, it's basketball. You hope to win a lot more than you lose, but there's never been a team that wins all of them. Obviously, there was things that we'll watch on film either tomorrow or the next day to correct and get better at. But overall, I thought we competed well. We had a chance, just didn't really just have enough. But you win some, you lose some.
Obviously, after you guys last lost to Minnesota, you reeled off a few wins in a row. What about that process can you guys apply here where, okay, we recognize what we didn't do as well as we wanted to and picked right back up?
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar situation. You lose one, you hope to bounce back quick. Like you said, we'll watch film and learn from our mistakes tonight and, turn it around next game. But for the most part, if we compete and stick to who we are as a team, then we'll be fine moving forward.
Austin, along kind of similar lines, do you feel like this new group kind of processes losses a little bit different than the previous group earlier in the season in terms of just, accountability or kind of analyzing what you guys did wrong and how to do it better?
Any team you're on, you never want to lose. It doesn't matter, record, age. I remember when I was 5, we'd lose and I'd be mad. So that's the bad part about sports, the losing part. But like you said, we'll analyze it as a team and film and make the adjustments that are necessary. But, we're a super competitive group, and obviously we weren't happy about tonight. We didn't get the win. But, like I said, losses happen and you move forward.
Austin, there was a point where game was tied at 93 and RJ Barrett kind of launched off a little run there. How did that change the dynamic of the game, and was there anything in particular that you guys think you guys struggled with against him defensively?
He's a good player. Obviously, he gets downhill left, and everybody knows it. It's still hard to stop. But I think a little bit more attention to detail with what we're doing, who we're guarding, schemes and stuff like that. That's what we'll correct in film, and you do tip your hat to them. They played a good game. They're scrappy. They play really hard. So we knew it wasn't going to be a cakewalk. They're a really good team as well.
Austin, there's 14 games left. You guys are 2 under 500, but right in this sort of pack of teams that's could be 6th or maybe even 5th or could be 12th. What do you think about the team's position right now, and what kind of opportunity do you think is out there for you guys?
Obviously you want to be first. Wish you could win them all, but you play the hand that you're dealt. Since the trade deadline, I feel like we've chemistry is molded really well in a short period of time. And with where we are right now, you just got to, play the hand that you're dealt. And, we'll take it one game at a time. These two games coming up on this short road trip are very important for us. So, we like where we're at with, what we're dealt. So we'll analyze that more.
Important. So all these games, how do you guys process this one as a group and move forward to just get back on the winning track?
That one hurt. That one hurt for us. I think we were battling. We were trying to do everything we could. We couldn't get enough rebounds, enough stops, make enough shots. Just didn't go our way, I guess. I don't really want to pinpoint it on anything. I didn't really see it, so it's a tough one.
You were, in particular, on a roll, 31 points through 3.5 quarters, whatever, and ended up with 33. Was there any adjustments by the Knicks, or was just the game flow changed as we went towards the end?
Yeah, they start trapping me. So trapping me and trying to get the ball out of my hands. Definitely an adjustment. Still got to find ways to capitalize on that on the backside in ways. So definitely I learned something from the film. Trying to make them pay next time for trapping me.
D'Lo, 61 points in your last two games since you came back. What type of offensive groove have you been in these last two games?
I don't know, just confident. Confident for real. Just trying to keep it simple and lock into my preparation, things like that. To allow the game to just be simple for me, and obviously making shots at high clips, allowing it to be easier for me as well. So.
Kyle. D'Angelo, I know the goal is to win, but you were kind of going neck and neck with Julius. You both had 31 points midway through the third quarter. What's the relationship like? What's it sort of like having a duel with your old teammate here in this building? Is there anything that dredged up for you, more or less?
No. I'm a fan of his game. No relationship. We played together. Went our separate ways after that, and it's just been competitive energy ever since then. So, that's how I am with everybody. I'm not really friends with anybody, to be honest. So, on the court, it's no love. You just want to battle and try to get the win and maybe shake hands after.
D'Lo, after the game, AD was pretty hard on himself. I apologize if someone asked this already, but AD was pretty hard on himself. Basically said, this was me. Everybody did their job tonight. I didn't. Are there things that you guys can do to get him easier buckets as teams continue to kind of obviously put him at the top of the scouting report?
Yeah, you can try, but what was he averaging, 40 or something, 30, something like that, the last few games? So they know that much too. So trying to take them out the game is probably their main objective. And then with a new group, it's hard to play off of what's not there, when you don't have that chemistry. Your second and third option aren't as fluid because, we don't have that continuity to our chemistry with the group. So I think that's things we got to work on. Definitely want to get them the ball, but like I said, they're really trying to take them out the game. So you see us turning it over, trying to force it a lot. And, there's ways to capitalize on the back end with throwing it over the top and guys flashing, hitting them, letting them get it to them. Like I said, just having that chemistry allows your second and third option to be easy when they take away the first one of the initial action. So definitely just watching the film and learning how we can capitalize on that when teams try to approach it that way.
To follow that, you said there was, you guys obviously want to give him the ball. Is that kind of what happened? There was one pass I know that you could see it on your face, the one where Hartenstein kind of slipped through. Is that kind of an example where it's you see him and it's
those are chemistry plays right there that you kind of got to live with at this moment, and they suck and it's hard to live with it, but it's only a few games together. You gotta figure those things out with time. And tonight, I don't know how many turnovers I have, but a few of them were trying to get it to him in ways that we probably weren't on the same page. So